Hey MJ traders and investors, it's Rod with POW Group. Welcome back on the Pursuit of Wealth for the daily market recap. Today is Monday, February 1st, and it's a new month. Hope everyone had a great weekend. And in today's video, the stock of the day is going to be TAAT. So this is a beyond tobacco, cigarette, CBD, tobacco and hemp type of product. So we'll look at the stock, which was up over 50% at one point today. And we'll look at some news and events, and we'll dive into a brief overview of the Canadian and the US marijuana sector. So before we jump into the video, make sure to hit the like, subscribe. It shows me some support. And just as a reminder, I'm nursing a broken hand, so bear with me. The format's a little bit different. So TAAT, it is, like I said, it's a CBD and hemp type cigarette that's supposed to mimic an actual cigarette, and a lot of hype behind this name. Let me know in the comments below. I haven't tried it. I'm from Canada. Haven't tried it personally. And before I invest in the company, I would have to try it. And personally, I don't smoke, so I wouldn't really be the best person to try it on. So what I would like to do is find somebody who is a smoker and get their opinion. So let me know in the comments below if you've tried it. And also let me know if you're a smoker, if you've tried it, if you know anybody who is a smoker that's tried it. Did they want a cigarette after? Let me know. I'd love to hear from you. So moving on, we saw some news here today. TAAT and Nano won both leaked list from Keith Gill, aka Roaring Kitty. And so this was another targeted name as a potential short squeeze. So that was likely the reason why we said we saw such a huge gap up this morning. And we also saw that 60% of tobacco retailers who've carried TAAT for 3 or more weeks have placed reorders. So positive news for the stock. In other cannabis news, we had the Democratic senators will push the pot reform bill this year. So you can check this out, but Chuck Schumer leading that. So you can take a look at that. There was also a video with the NBA star. I can't remember his name right off the top of my head, but he has the company Viola. Check that out as well. It's an interview of the both of them. So Virginia marijuana legalization bills sail through committees as key Friday deadline nears. Another positive piece of information and news. Trulieve selected and approved for dispensary permits in West Virginia. Found that interesting as well. So lots of positive developments in the cannabis space. So take a look at this chart here on TAAT. We were potentially looking at a descending triangle, and that was completely thrown out the window today, and huge gap up, and obviously a targeted stock from the short squeeze. And we had a huge lower wick here, and bulls bought the dip right from the get-go. So from the low of the day, high of the day, we hit 4.27 and the low was 3.15. So a huge amount of volatility. We had resistance rate at 420, which we pulled back from, and very ironic that we had that number as resistance. 440 was after that, and that's all-time high. So we almost got to blue sky breakout today. It's a possibility for tomorrow with this lower wick. So when will we top out? It's hard to say at this point. It's looking like we could potentially see continuation into tomorrow, and all-time highs are on the table. So we'll be watching this very closely tomorrow. Congrats to the bulls. We'll want to see a loss of the hourly uptrend at the very least. So we didn't confirm a downtrend. So you can see here we had the high, low, lower high. Most important short-term support on the hourly is going to be $3.15. If we lose that, we're in an hourly downtrend, and the daily move is likely done for now. We also have EMA 12 and 26 to be watching as a potential bounce point on the hourly. But into the end of the day, you can see here we had decent volume and 5-minute uptrend riding those EMAs on the 5 minutes. So that's a nice visual guide to be watching as well. On the weekly time frame, you can see we're above the 10-week moving average, which was down at $3. We were talking in our group, in the POW Group community, about potential entries on this stock. Again, I have yet to go very heavy on this stock because I haven't tried the product. So love to hear from people in the comments below. MACD has yet to cross bullish. Stochastic has already crossed bullish. So we'd like to see this black line cross through the red line by the end of the week to be uber bullish. Taking a look at the weekly moving averages, we don't have any because there's not enough data on this name because of lack of trading history. It's a fairly new ticker. So taking a look at the daily time frame, we only have the 50-day moving average and the 100-day moving average defined, which we are now above the 50-day moving average. and you could have found a nice entry here off the 100-day moving average as well. Set your stop below these lows here. So you would have set your stop below 250, nice round psychological number. That's what I actually said in our group. And you just ride that moving average and set your stop below the last low. Or you could even allow a little bit more risk and set it under 235 or even $2 and an entry at 3 to see potentially upwards of $4 or $5. So nice risk to reward there. So MACD on the daily is extremely bullish and we are approaching overbought. But no major red flags at this point. Huge move. Once again, congrats to the bulls. And you can see here we touched down right off the daily or the weekly VWAP as a bounce point today. That was absolutely too perfect. We also had the moving average, the 20-period moving average right below it as well. So congrats to those who bought the dip today. It swung in both directions like mad and a lot of volatility. So we'll look at some other names in the US sector. So on the bear list, we had ENG, WPH, TAUG, and CXXI and BAM leading the decline. And obviously TAAT, VREO, and BioHarvest and High Tide leading the way up. And KBEV is another company I really like. They do nootropics and MCT oil and beverages that help your memory and brain function. And I've actually tried those products. So the difference between investing in that penny stock is I've actually tried their products and I really love their products. They've also got a lion's mane, so a magic mushroom coffee. You can check that out, but that stock closed up over 7%. It's got resistance at 8. If we can get above that, it's going to fly in my opinion. But we'll take a look here. I still have a position in BAM that I'm holding. We have earnings coming up as well. I'll fly through these a little bit faster here today. So Cura was up about 5% today, but we saw a little bit of profit taking into the end of the day. And we'll just zoom out to the daily time frame. So the daily bounce is underway, but we did close under EMA 12. Bulls trying to fight off an EMA 12 bear cross through 26, but all about that hourly trend. We could see an hourly bull cross of these EMAs as well, but so far, no major red flags. We are seeing a decent bounce off of these lows, and GTII up over 4% today. It has been standing out as one of the stronger bulls. You can see here we're already up to resistance when Cura is a long ways away. So GTII definitely standing out as one of the stronger MSOs. And just taking a look, we'll take a quick look at some other MSOs. TrueLeave. So TrueLeave hasn't even got its daily bounce underway yet. So we'll need to break the high of today, which is up at 51.67 tomorrow. If we break that tomorrow, then the daily bounce will be underway. But we essentially had a daily inside bar, so that'll be on watch for tomorrow. MSOS, so the ETF that tracks the pure cannabis US companies and MSOs. You can see we're up almost 4% on the day. Daily bounce is continuing, and it looks like we could potentially see continuation in tomorrow. Closing near the high of the day, close above EMA 12 as well. So looking really good. We have resistance up here at 46.49 and then 47.55, which is all-time highs and blue sky breakout potential for this week ahead. So that's where we stand. Again, hourly charts are going to be our friends. If we lose the hourly uptrend, then the daily bounce and daily lower highs are set. So moving on to Canadian MJ. Taking a look at CGC. So CGC consolidated, and a lot of Canadian MJ consolidated today, which was very different, the exact opposite from US. So we didn't really pull back that much though. It's still a possible daily bull flag at this point. So if this bull flag does happen and play out tomorrow, we'll want to break 41.75 to get confirmation of that. But the low today, 38.92, is going to be extremely important going into tomorrow. And like I said, chances of a daily bull flag are extremely high at this point, in my opinion, especially if SPY continues its strength into tomorrow. But we'll just draw out a quick Fibonacci. So you can see here, we wouldn't want to lose, I wouldn't want to see us lose $38. If we lose $38, then the chances of a daily bull flag diminish significantly. We are overbought on the daily time frame. We do have earnings coming up as well on the 9th, which would be next week. So whether or not we run up into earnings. The more we run, the more likely it is that we see a sell the news event, or the more they'll have to destroy earnings. So if they come in with a slight beat in both EPS and revenue, that's not going to cut it. But we need to change the hourly trend. This is the exact opposite. Instead of losing the hourly uptrend, now we need to confirm the hourly uptrend. So at this point, we are holding EMA 12 and 26. And you can see that we're trying to find a base of support here off EMA 12. And we need to confirm an hourly uptrend to be confident these daily bounces or these daily higher lows are set. And we need to break the high of today, tomorrow, to get the daily bounce underway. So obviously earnings are going to be very important. ACB saw some volatility today. We again consolidated on the daily time frame, but we bulls bought the dip and closed above EMA 12. APHA up over 2.5% today. Daily inside bar looking to form a base of support off EMA 12 as well. So EMA 12 is going to be very, very important for most of these names, which I mentioned in my video from last week as well. Cron looking to hold it, did dip below, but trying to form a base of support. SNDL was up 48% at the close. Congrats to the bulls. We had a few members in our group that traded this and just absolutely nailed it. They got it down at about 70 cents off that huge move up to $1.40 range, $1.35. And they loaded up on that inside bar and the bull break. And if you would have just entered on an inside bar bull break with your stop below, for example, you would be up 38% just on that inside bar bull break. So shout out to our members who had awesome trades. I watched those trades go down and you guys killed it. TLRY on the day up over 5%. So one of our lead tier 1 bulls, again, EMA 12 coming into play here and acting as very strong support. So that's going to be extremely important going into tomorrow and the rest of the week. So if you guys have any tickers or anything you'd like cover, that's pretty much all I have for you guys today. Anything else you guys would like covered, just let me know in the comments below. Thanks again for joining us for a cannabis sector update. And we'll see you tomorrow after market close for a few more updates, daily market update, and I'll likely do another cannabis update as well. Have a great night, everyone, and talk to you soon.